How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Syracuse Aviation, and welcome back to another video. Today I kind of just thought of this like a spur of the moment type of thing, and figured it would be kind of a fun little video to make because I've seen a lot of these types of videos, but myself, I've never really made one before. So I was just kind of sitting around today, bored. I have off of school for Columbus Day, so that was kind of nice. But yeah, I'm pretty bored. I was digging through all my drawers, found a bunch of old models that are like obliterated. So, as you can see. So we're just gonna kind of go through these. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about them, you know, kind of around the time frame I got some of them, and maybe explain what happened a little bit. So, yeah, I'm gonna start with probably the first one. Yeah. So, my first ever Gemini Jets model was an Allegiant A319, which I'm just now realizing I don't have out here, so I'm gonna go find that and I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Okay guys, sorry about that, I'm back. I wasn't planning on cutting the video, but that just happened, so. Here it is. This was my first ever model aircraft. Of course I had some toys here and there, but this is my first legit die-cast to scale model. So I got this back probably, it was before 5th grade. I had a bunch of these in 5th grade, so this may have been between 2nd and 4th grade. I don't think it was actually 2nd grade. It may have been 3rd or 4th grade that I got this. So it's very nostalgic, actually, even though it's destroyed, obliterated, crushed. It's still very nostalgic because of kind of the memories it makes me think of. So basically, a little story behind this. We went away for Christmas break back whatever year it was. We flew Allegiant out of Elmira into Orlando Sanford on an A320, and I'd already liked flying on planes back then, but my parents noticed kind of like a sudden like spike of me really having an interest, so which I kind of remember as well. So they wanted to get me a nice model plane. They bought this one thinking it would be like this big, you know, kind of like let's see, kind of looking like this. They kind of thought it would be that big, but obviously it wasn't. So that's what they thought though, and obviously it was 30-ish bucks, so you got all that detail there, but it's just really small. So they were surprised by the size, but I really didn't care because it was so detailed and I'd never held a model that was so accurate. So I really liked it. And obviously to this day I still have it. Now I did end up getting a replacement a couple years ago for Christmas, the exact same plane, just perfect condition, and ended up selling it because I was short on money and there were some models I wanted to get. So that ended up going to Red River Aviation, is now part of his collection. So there's my first ever model. I was going to start with this one. This is my first model after this one. So I got this one back, again, sometime between 2nd and 4th grade. I know for a fact. And so let's see, I had that for a couple years. It got destroyed within 1 year. Left it in my drawer, then we moved houses, so everything was just kind of jumbled together, including that plane, and it made it here. Lived here for about 2 years, dug that out of my drawer. I'm like, man, that was such a cool plane. I want to see if they make any other planes. So I looked on the bottom, and I see the Gemini Jets logo. That's like the only way I would have really found out about these for, you know, I'm sure I still would have found out about them, but that kind of started it. So I looked up Gemini Jets, saw their website, and it was actually pretty close to Christmas, so I put some of those planes on my list. I think I had 4 or 5 planes or so. I ended up getting this one. We flew back from Christmas that year on a Allegiant MD-83, so that's why they got this one. So yeah, the wings are somewhere. I think they're lost, probably behind something, so I apologize for not having those here. This plane I brought with me to school. My friend picked it up, dropped it on a table, so it lost the nose gear, glued that back on. He pulled a wing out, I think. I glued it back in decided I should leave it at home, and by that point there were so many paint chips and such, I just played with it like a toy. Because, you know, I mean, it was already destroyed, so there's no point in trying to keep it nice if it's already screwed up. So that's what happened. JT8D engines are somewhere, again, along with the wings, and a lot of the paint is rubbed off, as you can tell. So it would be nice to get a replacement for this one. I do have my eye on an Allegiant MD-83 in the Travelers Are Deal livery, just like this one, because I have the Allegiant.com livery, November 871 Golf Alpha, which I flew on, actually. So I do want to get a replacement for this one, because I have a lot of history with Allegiant MD-80s. I flew on them quite frequently, although they weren't the nicest planes. Still definitely awesome to be able to fly on an MD-80, so we'll see. Sorry about the rambling, but that's just kind of how I am. And then shortly after this, so I mentioned I got this for Christmas. Let's see, if 319 was in, let's say, 3rd grade, I probably got this, yes, I think I got this in 5th grade. No, I did get it in 5th grade. That's exactly right. Yes. Okay, I remember now. So we flew down out of Syracuse on, sorry about that, actually flew out on an Allegiant A320 in this livery. It could have even been 217 November Victor. I have a picture, but I don't think you can see the registration. I'll try to dig that out if I can find it. So we flew down on one of these, flew back up on an MD-80. Wasn't supposed to be an MD-80, but got swapped for weather, so that happened. That trip we went to Sanibel Island, which now is completely obliterated by Hurricane Ian, so very upset about that, but I think they're already starting to rebuild, which is good to see. So yeah, this plane is completely screwed up. I mean, the wings popped off, landing gear is gone, numerous paint chips. It's totally defunct. And yeah, speaking of which, I have all my boxes lined up here for all the models that I have here. And that's the sad thing, is some of these boxes, like this Airtran on the bottom here, this box is like mint condition, and I mean, look, can't even pick it up without the wings falling off. And it's a cradle mold too, so yeah, so I'll if I have the boxes available for the models that I've shown off, then I'll definitely bring it into view for you guys. Sorry about the stuffiness, I have a little bit of a cold at the current time, which is fine. What do I want to do next? Let's see. I'm trying to go somewhat in order when I got these. So, sorry. Yes, okay, this one was a Delta Connection ERJ-145. Let's see. I got this one. I bought it before we went to Florida one year, back in 6th or 7th. No, it was 6th grade. That year was 6th grade. So when I was in 6th grade, we flew out of Rochester to Sanford, again on an Allegiant MD-80. And this arrived when we were gone, and probably lasted for about 2 years. And, you know, at that point, again, I was so young and things just got thrown around, so, you know, all clobbered and stuff. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. I almost turned this into a JSX custom at one point. Not really a point in doing that nowadays, because I actually have a model that was made as a JSX. Let's see. I think I have the box for that in my drawer, actually. So let me pull that out to prove that it was indeed a Delta Connection ERJ-145. There's all your literature. Sorry. Let's see. 2016? Wow. Okay. I didn't think it was that recent. It's not really recent, just more so than I thought it was. Then we have the US Airways A319. I think I got this from like Airline Museum or Diecast Airplane Store or something way back in the day. It was a really nice model. It was my favorite. US Airways is actually what started my passion for aviation. I think we flew on a US Airways 737-300 or 400 out of Syracuse into Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Cancun or something with US Airways as well. That was back in 1st grade, actually, but I got the model after that. Yeah, wings don't pop out on this one. I think I glued them back at some point. I would really like to get replacements for all these, just because some of these I really do like. Again, the US Airways A319, the Airtrans, I do have a place where I can get those. The Air Canada, I apologize, there's dirt on this. I did end up let's see, I think it was on my old channel actually, before the Syracuse Aviation channel. Back in like 8th grade, I had a YouTube channel, just my name, because it was on my school account, and I thought that that would work, and obviously that was a stupid decision. So basically what I did is I took some models, filmed them, and then they were already damaged, so I just thought it'd be fun to throw them out my window into the dirt, which I did. Parents looked at me like I was crazy, but I wouldn't even say it was worth it for the video, because the video didn't even get uploaded. So let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see that. I think it would actually be kind of fun to do that, just to kind of bring back some memories of that kind of era when I was filming stuff like that. I think that'd actually be really neat. So I do have another one of these somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's really sad that I had 2 of these and I couldn't even keep one of them in good condition, because it's a really nice plane, and not only that, but these are really rare now, so that would be worth a lot of money if I had both of these in mint condition. And again, I'd probably still keep them and use them in fictional airport updates, because they're just, I mean, the Embraer 190, such a perfect, beautiful looking plane, especially in the Air Canada toothpaste livery. Just doesn't get much better than that, so I'm really disappointed. But yeah, there's that. I think the wings may come out. No, I guess they don't, but I think the vertical stabilizer does, to some extent at least. Yeah. There we go. So, yeah, we'll do the Delta, well, what was a Delta E170. So, this one I don't remember when I got, probably 6th grade as well. I think it was, yeah, 6th grade. A lot of these were from the kind of 5th grade to 6th grade era, and so I think that's probably when this one was too. It was a Delta E170, as I said. It was a really nice plane, used it in a lot of my airports. I filmed airport updates, but I never put them on YouTube because my parents wouldn't let me, so I filmed them for myself and watched them for my own enjoyment. Sent them to my grandfather because he actually has kind of an interest in aviation, so he thinks it's fun to look at all the airlines that he may remember, like US Airways and that kind of thing, AirTran, and he did enjoy them, so I'm glad I did it, and a lot of those are still with me to this day. So yeah, so this one made it for a while. Probably had it fly to Minneapolis or Detroit or something. I did get a replacement for this last year at some point from the Funny Airplane Model store, and it was really nice, and then I heard Delta was gonna start phasing them out, so I'm like, well, that was kind of dumb, so I sold it and got some money and bought some other models. So technically I still have it, but this is just kind of what we're dealing with. So yeah, then we have the AirTran 737-700s, defunct again, goofy. This one has a huge mess of super glue, pardon me. That one is just caked on there. I don't know what else to say. Again, numerous paint chips, missing tires, landing gear, stabilizers. Actually, there's a stabilizer for one of these too. I don't know which one it goes to. Probably this one, because it fits better than the other one, even though it's still not great. Yeah, we can actually pop those off and try and make it look somewhat presentable, or at least as best as we can. Missing engines, of course. We'll try to put it back together to some extent. I don't know which way the engines go, actually. Okay, I think the airtran.com is on the outside, so we'll do that. There. So this is kind of what it would look like in flight, as you guys know. So very sad that both of these are destroyed. Again, just like the Air Canada, if I had both of them in mint condition, give you $150. So there those are. This fuselage is in much better condition, although not perfect. Again, numerous paint chips, things missing, but there's not super glue all over it. I really like this, what do you call that, teal or aqua color? I just think that's so nice. And then the generic red and blue stripe on there, it's just such an awesome livery. Then the cream white, or the off-white, it's just so awesome. So I'd really like to get one of those back. Maybe NG could do one, that would be really awesome as well. So then we have the Alaska 737-900 by Gemini Jets, of course. Honestly, guys, this was actually a really good model. I got this from my grandfather for my birthday. I saw it, I liked the livery, and I'm like, you know what? I need some more variety. I don't want to just have Delta and Allegiant, because back then, those are my favorite airlines. That explains why you have the Deltas and the 3 Allegiant there. So yeah, I got the Alaska for my grandfather, really liked it. It actually made it in my collection for quite a while before, I don't remember what happened. I think the first thing that happened was this stabilizer chipped off, because I remember there being a big crack there after I glued it. Then after that, just fell apart even more. The nose gear, I think, had something happen to it. There's a huge gouge there. So, but yeah, back when this was like new, it was actually really good. The nose shape is actually pretty decent for a Gemini Jets 737. The sharklet, or not the sharklets, I'm sorry, it'd be split scimitar winglets are actually decent. Again, a gouge there, so. I do have the NG version now, which is better than this, even if this were mint condition, but yeah, this is back kind of right before when Gemini Jets was starting to really plummet. They had issues back then, but it just wasn't as bad as it is now. So, oh, I was going to show the boxes. I'm sorry, guys. Here's the Air Choreo. This one I sold the model and couldn't find the box. So I just sold the model, and I still have the box to this day. So that's kind of why you have the box here but not the model. So this one is actually pretty recent, 2018 release. So I think I got it probably 2019, and here it is 2022, almost 2023. So here's the US Airways A319. Sorry about the sniffles. 2014 here, so missing the plastic sheet, which is perfectly fine. The literature again. AirTran, which we have 2 of course. Boxes are pretty good, which again it's a shame that the models are destroyed. Here's the Alaska 737-900. Chester 2016. When is the AirTran released? 2014 for the AirTrans. To prove that I do have another Air Canada Embraer 190 somewhere, here are the 2 boxes. These are both destroyed, so I know a lot of the boxes are in good condition. What I did actually is I stacked all of my model boxes on top of each other, so it was just one super tall column of boxes, one on top of another, in the corner of my room. I was standing up on my chair for something. I think I was trying to like hang a picture or something, and I fell off the chair and I fell on all of my boxes, and so the whole thing fell, and I like slammed down on some of them, and that's why there's a lot of rips. And I was I was crying over it because I really wanted the boxes to be in good condition, and then they all just got destroyed. So funny little story there. And here, whoops, here's the other AirTran box. So yeah, 2014 again. So that is all of, well, actually, I don't know, is it? That's most of my destroyed old damaged planes from way back in the day. So here's a little sprinkling of landing gear. I think this may have gone to a Air Canada Embraer 190 because it rolls and it looks a little bit like that gear. This was AirTran, you can tell by the little green circle. This went to a Allegiant MD-80, no doubt. That may have been 402 November Victor, which I sold, I think, without landing gear as well. So this, another 700 tire. I believe this was AirTran, and then I covered the green with a Sharpie. I think that's what that was. I believe this was also Air Canada 190 gear, just without the rubber tires. This is obviously an Airbus, you guys know by that little flap. So, probably for US Airways, but I could be wrong. So, yeah, that's all of my, again, well, not all of them, but most of my destroyed models. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit longer than you may have liked, but I thought it'd be pretty neat to go in depth about this, just because it's kind of interested me and something that I've been thinking I should do for a while, and today thought not really a better time to do it. So let me know if you guys would, if you would like to see some of these be thrown out the window. I think it'd be really fun to do that, to be honest. I might even do that today, but I would like to hear what you guys think of that first. And let me know if you would like to see a part 2 of this video, because I'm sure I can dig up some other model planes that are destroyed. It definitely won't be as many as this, but I'm sure I can find a few and make a little video about it, a little part 2, and then maybe we can throw these out the window. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see a part 2, and if you'd like to see me throw these out the window. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, suggestions, again, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.